he
He
wanted
wanted
to
to do
do.
it. Ugh.
He wanted to do the half marathons. I've actually done 1, 2, 3, 4 half marathons.
It's impressive, man.
I
Seriously.
know for a fat guy,
Yeah,
it's pretty
it is.
good.
It is pretty good.
Pretty
I don't like
good.
5Ks. Why would I do a half marathon?
I love 5Ks. I was actually just telling somebody the other day. I was like, I need to get back into doing the fun 5Ks. I don't want to do like the
The
one just like,
Braves country.
oh man, dude.
The
Ever since
Falcons
they
one.
moved, they
I know.
ruined that. They ruined the Braves 5K. That thing is hilly as fucking shit. I hate that thing.
The Falcons one's cool. You get on
The
the
Falcons,
field.
but they totally turned it into a soccer thing too, and
Did they? Oh yeah, it is.
it's much more united than it is Falcons, and I'm already pissed off about that. Paying for that stadium on my own, and they let those guys in there.
Well, don't worry. Arthur Blank is tanking the team. We should have pressed start. Oh, we did press start. Good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome back, everybody. This is last call. Ah.
Aha! You got yeah. No, they don't finish. They don't finish the Invesco QQQ on the field. It's sad. It probably has something to do with Georgia State. If I had to make a wager,
I guarantee you it does. I'd be blown away if it didn't.
they're probably like, we can't get people to work to open up the stadium on Thanksgiving to do this race.
Yeah,
pretty sure that's it.
I mean, to be fair, like one of the first things when they opened up the park that I said that we should do is have a race. I said 5K, just like they do with the Braves and the Hawks and the Falcons. Have a 5K that finishes out there.
Give them football tickets.
Yeah, do give them football tickets. Have some kind of events going on. The Falcons always had the cheerleaders and had Freddie out there. Have pounds and the.
Would you run it if it was on a game day?
Didn't they do a race on a game day?
Did they? I don't know.
I mean, I would want to do it out of support of the whole thing.
But
and
also
3 miles is not that bad.
Half hour max.
And I have found, Ryan, when I say I like 5Ks, I have found if I toss back a good beer, a high ABV beer. I don't mean super high. I don't mean like one of those 9 or 10% like wine type drinks. I'm talking about like a Tropicalia, like a tall boy Tropicalia. Get volume in the whole thing. I do that and a 5-hour energy drink. I have my best times ever on a 5K.
Do you burp?
I am fairly certain that the NCAA considers alcohol a performance enhancing drug.
Well,
we couldn't
fortunately,
play.
I'm not running track and field 5Ks.
No. I'm just saying because like when you're drunk, like your stamina goes up, right? You might actually have like reduced something. I don't know.
Can't
like
feel your pain.
You can't run for as long or something. But
honestly, I think for me, and this could be what it is I have a hard time starting races because I just like oh, this sucks. I don't want to do this. I don't want to whatever. So it takes my mind off that. I'm kind of like, life is great. This is fun. And then you're halfway through and you're kind of like, oh man, look at this. I'm almost done. Let's power through. I don't feel pain at all.
Yeah, my reaction is the opposite of that. Beforehand, I'm like, man, running is gonna be great. I love running. Running is like fantastic. And then as soon as I begin running, I'm like, I hate this. Why am I doing this? This is the
Why
worst.
did I sign
I'm
up
already
for this
doing
thing?
it, so I may as well finish it.
I did a Disney Star Wars half marathon.
Ooh,
and that was
right?
the best shape. That's probably the outside of being a child, the best shape of my life I've ever been in. And that was so how old is Cooper? That was 8 years ago because we found out that Kim was pregnant with Cooper like a few weeks later. So like 9 years ago, I guess. And so but I'm an idiot and it's Star Wars and I want to do as much Star Wars as I possibly can. So they had a 5K on a Friday, a 10K on a Saturday, and a half marathon on Sunday. And I did all 3 of them. And but again, I'm training for this half marathon.
Been training for it.
I'm in the best shape of my life. I do the 5K. Kim does it with me. Doesn't know that she's like 3 or 4 weeks pregnant, and I'm like, no problems. This is easy peasy. I'm running backwards in front of her, being a total arrogant prick. This is awesome. Do the 10K the next day. It's fine, no problem. Half marathon starts. I'm like 50 feet in. I'm like, nope, I can't do this.
Really?
It took me so long to actually just mentally get into the headspace.
What do you think happened?
I mean, I was tired.
You're just tired of running.
Yeah. And then I did it, and I came back home, and I think I waited like a week or two to do any running again. I was like, now I'm a runner. I'm a runner now. And I went to the Beltline to go run. Shit, I made like 200, 300 feet. And I was like, fuck this shit. I have nothing to achieve any longer in life. I am not running.
I did the Disney triathlon thing. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
But it was fun.
10 miles is the longest race I ran. That's it.
I used to do the 10 miler, the PNC 10 miler in Virginia Highlands.
That's it. Yeah. I was like, this is too long. I get bored. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Well, that's why and then obviously the 10 mile doing the not 10 mile, but the 10K doing Peachtree Road races. Fantastic.
It can be good. It can be bad too. Depends.
I'm not gonna be doing it this year.
I know, it's very sad. I'm very sad. Super sad.
A year off's probably pretty good. My liver could probably handle one less Peachtree Road race in my life.
It's detoxing for a day. Just kidding. Who are we kidding? What are you talking about?
As if I'm not going to be just sitting at the pool getting shit faced on July 4th instead.
You'll do all right.
I may start a little bit later. That's going to be what it is.
You could do the virtual Peachtree, David.
Fuck that shit. Virtual races are dumb. Virtual races are the dumbest thing in the entire world.
They did that. Remember, they did that for COVID year. Didn't they do virtual one if you wanted to do it?
Well, they canceled it the first year,
right? I thought they did a virtual though.
But then they did have a virtual version of it. And I was like, doing a virtual race.
Well, that seems even dumber, right? You have all these people who are in pretty good shape, congregating outside to do something pretty healthy that would probably stop you from getting terribly hurt if you got COVID.
Well, so I had a friend of mine who she started doing this fundraising thing. Running is not the best way to lose weight if you're oversized and you're trying to lose weight.
I'm aware.
It's all about diet. It's not about running. I get that, but this was an exercise, get your body overboard. A fundraiser. She was gonna do a half marathon to raise money. And I'm like, wow, that's really impressive from this particular person. Not a runner, and not a small person, but a health thing. The whole goal was to lose weight and raise money, whatever. And then I found out it was 100% virtual. And you could break it up into as many segments as you wanted.
That's not
like real. You could literally sprint 100 feet once a day and stop, and then just add it all up until it hit the half marathon mark. And I'm like, that's stupid as shit.
Not real.
Yeah. No, that's not real at all.
That's sloppy. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, speaking of sloppy, what is that thing behind you that says Georgia on it? That's blue and gray.
It's actually worse than that, guys. It is navy and gold is what it is. And it's
I'm blind.
It's not my fault. But that was a sign for the convention, Libertarian Party convention. It's where the Georgia delegation sat, and since I was the chair of the delegation, I took it.
I thought it was like some Georgia State thing. I'm like, I don't think those are the right colors. It doesn't look like it.
But that doesn't stop us, right? I mean, it could be navy and gold and still be a Georgia State thing. I wouldn't put it past him.
I have the first Georgia State shirt I ever purchased from the bookstore, and it's navy. It's Georgia State in white block letters on a navy shirt. So
I have something just like that. Is it small? The Georgia State?
No, it's like big block letters.
Mine was like small.
State. Yeah, no.
And I was like, wait,
it looks very much like your very, very just generic standard. I go to college school.
Well, I forgot to take my license plate holder off of my old car, and I just got my new license plate recently, and I had to go buy a new license plate holder for Georgia State one, and I got on Amazon and I typed in Georgia State license plate holder, right? Just pretty easy stuff. And I think we were like the 6th or 7th was actually a Georgia State one that I ended up buying.
Buy it?
Yeah, there was one. It was a third party branding. You know what? I should be careful saying it because they might send a cease and desist.
As long as it's not Temu.
No, but there were probably like 4 Georgia ones ahead of it. There was probably one TDS one ahead of it. And it was like, man, this is just so stupid how hard it is to get Georgia State merchandise.
Well,
Mm.
whenever I search for Georgia State stuff, I always find out that it's like Georgia State Patrol is what shows up.
Yes,
Well, so
GSP.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
yeah,
Which
because
is even worse.
so what you've got to do, quotes around Georgia State
I know.
to
How to
kind of.
search.
I know, I'm saying, but you do that, and then like so if you just do Georgia space state whatever you're looking for, you'll get all the UGA crap and blah 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 like that crap. But then
And
you put as
state
soon as
of
you put
Georgia stuff. So like a lot of cutting blocks in the shape of Georgia.
right, but as soon as you put Georgia State in quotes, it's just Georgia State Patrol the entire time.
Lovely.
All day.
I'm gonna look for a Georgia State license plate right now.
I'm looking for her. I just want curious what you can find.
Are you guys looking up exactly what I just described?
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
You put the quotes around it. The first 4 are Georgia State.
Mm.
Wait, hold on. No, Desert Cactus Middle Georgia State University.
The Desert Cactus is whatever. I think that's the name.
I don't
of
want
the brand.
that one just out of the irony of the whole thing.
I think that's the brand, and that is the one that I got. I have no idea why it's called Desert
It
Cactus.
says MGA on it. It's
No, but there's a Georgia State one too.
yeah. No, the first 3 are, and you should have bought the third one because that came in a 2-pack. Then you could have given one to us.
Oh no, who needs 2 license plate holder?
You would give one. You would give one to the one of us.
Give
You don't need one. You already have one.
Or we could put it out as a present, a thing on
giveaway.
All right. So so the first 3 are definitely Georgia State, and then everything after that is UGA. Oh, there's a tech one. But I'm not seeing Trash Down South. Oh, Georgia Southwestern. Maybe did they already rename Trash Down South to East
Georgia State College University.
East West Middle Georgia State.
No, that was East Georgia State College, Tim. Oh, there we go. We were several rows down, and they put that Desert Cactus one in a second time ahead of the Eagles one.
Desert Cactus place has a lot of merch.
Desert Cactus, as opposed to like the rainforest cactus.
Yeah.
Like where else are you gonna find a cactus?
I don't know, man. I'm not a cactus expert. That's a hard. That was actually difficult to say. Cactus expert. It was.
Well, you should have said cacti.
Cacti expert. Yeah.
Well, I'm not an expert on one or more than one, so
fair enough.
I know shit about nothing.
Yeah, I don't know shit about shit. I know don't touch it, even if you think you can, because you'll get bit. Because that's what happened to me when I was a kid.
I don't think you get bit by a cactus.
I was like, oh, there's a spot that doesn't have any spines, and it turns out it has little tiny spines all over it, and it got me. I got.
Did you like jerk your hand back so fast?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was a kid.
Whew.
Well, I'm not looking at. I have a Georgia State plate. I don't need to have the frame.
I got my new. I got my alternate fuel plate so that I can ride in the HOV lane by myself.
At what point?
Is that what it does?
Yeah, and you can, and the Peach Pass, you can ride in that lane too.
So, how many cars have to be a hybrid or electric before they're no longer alternate fuels?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you just get that if you don't have one of those cars?
What?
Can you get that plate without the car?
You do have to pay extra for the plate though, because they
vanity.
So they add in a usage fee or something, and it's basically because the gas tax is paying for the roads. They're like, oh, you should pay for the roads too, and so they get you at registration. So you have to pay like a higher registration fee, but you do still get access to the HOV lanes and Peach Pass.
That seems like a steal.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't really pay for electricity either because my work. I can plug it in at work for 3 hours for free.
Nice. So it doesn't matter what the cost is of the hot lane. You can just go with it.
Mm-hmm. You do have to register still, so I have to get the transponder or whatever, and tell them I have it. But yes, I can then just use it without putting any money on it.
I'm jealous.
All right, so I do think we're a long ways off between before alternate fuels are no longer alternate fuels.
Oh yeah.
According to ChatGPT's extensive research, as of 2023, 83.7% of cars sold in the U.S. are internal combustion. So only 16% are of alternate fuel type.
Well, and look, I'm not like an EV fanboy, whatever, or anything like that. I just thought the cars seemed cool,
Well,
and
no,
they had
I remember.
range that seemed fine. And I was like, look, I'm actually going to spend less money on this and no money on maintenance. Basically, it's like tires, but you don't have to do oil changes. You basically don't have to do like brakes last way longer because you're not really using them. I'm like, this is
no. The reason why I looked it up, what I wasn't trying to make you like a EV fanboy or whatever. I was just thinking because I remember when the HOV lanes opened back in the 90s, and that was the thing. It was going to be for multi-passenger, like motorcycles and then alternate fuel vehicles, which back then was incredibly rare.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, well, at some point when like 50% of cars are non-internal combustion, then they're no longer alternate fuel.
We are a ways off, but I do think the momentum's behind it. Where like there will be a shift at some point where the gas will be the alternate fuel at some point.
I think it depends on like what your intention is, because I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that buy EV cars because of their perceived environmental impact, but then like there's others that don't want to deal with the limitations of EVs, like the range and is not as great as that's why the hybrids make so much more sense to me. But like I want to have like a gas powered generator in my EV that I can just charge my batteries constantly, because we looked at getting a Cybertruck when they were first announced 10 years ago, and Kim was like, oh yeah, but the range, how are we going to get to New York or whatever? I was like, oh, I'll just in the back of the truck I'll just have a generator with a bunch of gasoline tanks. And she's like, I think that defeats the purpose for the whole thing. It's like, my purpose is not to like not use gas. My purpose is to drive a badass looking Cybertruck.
They're not that badass looking, but
I think they're awesome.
I've always thought they were ugly.
They're so ugly. Awesome. No,
and I think they're even better. I saw a polished one the other day. Like it was like mirror polished Cybertruck. It was fucking awesome.
God.
It is great.
What was it you just said? You just said something.
The electric Cybertrucks.
No, so the networks now are to the point where if you have like a level 3 charging, it's gonna. I mean, like I was at like 20% or something, and was like, oh, I'll stop at this charging station and I'll get like my kids some McDonald's or whatever. We ordered the McDonald's in my phone being like, you're done. Like, why did you?
Oh wow.
Why are you doing this? It didn't take very long to get to 80%, which is what you should charge to apparently. But it was. I mean, it's the fast charging is so freaking fast, and they're all over the country. And like Tesla has all these networks set up that you can connect right up to, and there's a couple other brands that have done it, and it just it's good.
I saw that there are they started doing driverless electric semis or semi in Texas.
That's scary
in Texas.
Stuff. Yeah.
There's like there on one particular long range route. I'm like, how long range of it can? I guess a semi can probably hold some like serious batteryage on the whole thing.
Sure.
But yeah, they're doing. They started out with one, and they plan to have like by 100 by the end of the year or some crap like that, of like long range truck routes, which I'm all for. I think that's fantastic. But there's a lot of people that make their living off of being truck drivers. I'm fairly
certain that is the number one occupation in America. I'm pretty sure by numbers is
being a truck driver or some form of a driver.
I think truck driver specifically. But I'm pretty sure some years ago that was true. I don't know if it's still true, but like that's it. They employ. A lot of people are employed by being truck drivers.
The Teamsters unions are like they care if they throw a lot of weight around for more than one reason.
Well, you can't. So to me, I'm like, you can't hold that back. Right? You can't hold back progress. You shouldn't hold back progress, and people will find a way. But man, it is gonna be a big impact. Like you really have to have some empathy for people who are gonna suffer from that. I don't know. I don't like people holding things back, but I'm like, that does suck. I get you.
Yeah.
There should be people out here helping y'all.
Yep. They just get a job coding, right?
Well, you don't have to do that anymore, by the way.
That might not be a good job.
Yeah, I started a little side project, and I went into this AI thing in like my development. I use like Visual Studio Code, and they were like, "Oh, you want to use AI to code?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And I clicked it. I was like, "I want to create a project that does this," and it was just like, "Create these files. Would you like to create these files?" And I'm like, "Yes," and it just creates them. And I'm like, "Oh God."
Yep.
It's my. I'm glad I'm not a developer anymore because my job is that job would be gone.
The problem is with the memory. It's like it's great for small tasks.
Oh,
but
yeah.
doing larger tasks. I've used it for several things, and it's gotten exponentially better just in the past 10, 12 months that I've tried to do stuff. But yeah, you can have it do small little things. You have to be smart enough to know how to put the pieces together still. But that's not going to last.
The skill is engaging with the AI.
Oh, I saw a good one today. We're way beyond last call, but I saw a good one today where they're actually building organically grown microprocessors. They're using I don't know if it's human tissue, but they're using organic tissue to do the actual calculations or the processing of stuff. And of course, just like anything, it's not efficient right now, but it'll probably get way, way more efficient. And we'll be growing our processors to handle our AI. Like we're creating mother brain.
Well, that's pretty rad.
I know, isn't it awesome?
Neat. It's kind of cool. Also kind of scary, but
I'm also my brain also goes to Last of Us because that's been going, and I'm like, oh God, man, what if it's a fungus?
Last of Us, yeah. I'm an episode behind, but that's a great show.
It's so good.
I got to pick back up. I didn't pick up the new season yet.
Yeah, it took me. I had to binge the first. I think the fourth one just came out, right, Ryan?
That sounds right.
Yeah, so I had to binge the first three because whatever, and then now I'm already behind.
Well, you're done. You're done.
I'm already behind. I've not seen fourth yet. I'm not seeing fourth yet.
You've dried your eyes though. You're good. You're back.
Well, I also watch videos that I watch the breakdown videos, and they had their spoilers section, and
you were like, what the fuck is that? And you just plowed through, and you're like, God damn it.
No, they had a different name for it. They changed it this season to spoilers. But I knew from last season based off of the game stuff about what you're talking about. But it was still pretty gruesome as fuck. It was great.
Oh yeah, Denver thought for sure they were gonna go away from the game though. In that at least.
No, I think that people already knew about the actors' commitments and stuff.
Yeah.
So
and Max, I'm fucking with the spoilers, I guess, but Max really just is not into Pedro Pascal, I guess. Wait, was that his name? Did I get his name wrong?
Is it why they're not? Oh, because of like a
Game of Thrones
or whatever.
Game of Thrones. They kill him off.
Mandalorian.
It's like once people love. No, Mandalorian's not. Disney loves him.
Disney Plus, yeah,
Disney's
because we got Fantastic Four coming out in a couple of months.
Yeah, I saw Disney's all in on him.
Wait,
I saw Thunderbolts.
Nice.
What's coming out?
It was good. It was good.
Wait, what did you just say is coming out?
What is coming out?
Oh, Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
Didn't something come out recently?
Thunderbolts.
How was that?
It was good. It was by far not the best Marvel movie, but a lot of people are saying it's the best Marvel movie since Endgame, and I need to commit a little more brain power to computing that, just because I like my Spider-Man movies and everything, but it's up there. It gets back to the Marvel roots of being a good, entertaining action movie with comedy split into the spots where comedy is necessary, but strays from it, to not make it too farce. too much of a farce or whatever. I think
Like
the ending's
Thor,
kind of lame.
Thor went
I think
into like we're a comedy movie almost rather
right.
than like a blockbuster.
Yeah, like Love and Thunder. Thor: Love and Thunder was a comedy movie.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I liked it, but they definitely like went a little too far sometimes. Or I'm like,
well,
am
yeah,
I, what am
so
I
Taika
watching here?
Waititi did Ragnarok, which was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But it definitely had that Taika Waititi like vibe to it, and like, all right, cool, we're gonna give him the reins to let him do whatever he wants to do. Like, yeah, that guy's a guy that probably still needs his reins pulled in just a little bit, you
Mhm.
know. But I did see a whole thing about how Disney spread Kevin Feige too thin with all the TV shows and the movies being all interconnected, and he just wasn't able to pay as much attention to everything. So he obviously was very, very much involved with everything, and you could tell the quality diminished. But no, Thunderbolt was great. I really enjoyed it. I may go see it again. I'm not sure exactly, but I
Wow.
enjoyed it.
So you did like it. I mean, twice.
I think
is a lot.
so. If you've watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, I
Yeah.
did not like. I shouldn't say it. Like there was nothing about the John Walker character, the new Captain America U.S. agent, that really vibe with me. He served his purpose in the TV show. In Thunderbolts, he's one of my favorite characters. I absolutely loved him. He was great. Yelena, Red Guardian, all reprised their roles fantastically from Black Widow. Red Guardian is definitely my go-to Dragon Con
He's
guy.
great.
It was just so good. So good. Bucky was good. Ghost was good. I think they did a really good job with even Valentina the Fontaine, whatever her name is. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her character.
Oh yeah.
She actually had, because she's only been in like small little sequences so far. So she had a lot more screen time. Very fleshed out character. I liked her a lot. It was fun. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Thumb up.
Thumb up.
Single thumb up.
Yeah, I give it a thumb and a pinky.
Yo.
Should we kill last call?
We should absolutely kill
Thumb
last
and a
call.
pinky.
I think a red flag warning came up on my watch with that one. So let's wrap this.
Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.